Hi everyone, I'm Divine and I go to York University and I studied East Asian Studies, and this is my story. When I finished my culinary management program, I worked for a year, and during that time I thought I missed school, and I said, you know what, let's get a bachelor's degree, because that's one of the minimum requirements to go work for the job that I wanted, which was teaching in Asia. So I thought, what would be a study that I'm interested in but would not let me, or would let me finish the course in as little time as possible. And I said, hey, I'm interested in Japan and Japanese culture, so I looked up what studies are there, and East Asian Studies came up and York University came up. So I said, let's go to York University. So when I went back to university, I was so excited because I was thinking, hey, I'm a student again, back to school. And one of the things that I wanted to experience was being in a club. And as I said, it's part of being in university. So I remember one day walking down by Berry Hall in York University, and I was looking at the posters, posted along the walls, and I saw this multitude of clubs, and I thought, which one should I go to, right? There's the Japanese international students. There's also like the Filipino, and then there was ACF. At that time, I've kind of heard about ACF from a few people that I've met in conferences and stuff, but I didn't actually know what it was. And my desire was to have this community, right? But coming from Barrie, there's not a lot of Filipino community that I can relate to and that I wanted to. So I was leaning more towards joining a Filipino club. But somehow, with people that I've met, like Isabella, Akil, they said, hey, why don't you check out ACF? So that's how I got into the club. And lo and behold, there were 2 Filipinas waiting for me there. And I said, perfect, there's 2 Filipinas that I can connect to, and this is a group that I know have the same beliefs and values that I do. So I was looking forward to meeting the rest of the members of the club. So a lot of you may not know this about me, but I didn't actually grow up here in Canada. I'm an immigrant. That means I came from the Philippines roughly about 7 years ago, and this was not a decision that I wanted. This was something to do with my family, specifically my mom. So coming here was not a pleasant experience. It was not what I wanted. But because I loved her, I decided to go. And coming here, especially coming to Barrie, there wasn't a lot of connections that I made. And the only time that I went out was actually on Saturdays, on Sabbath. And in Barrie, there's not a lot of Filipinos that I could connect to. And at that time, I was looking for something that I can relate to, right? And because everything was new. The culture, the weather. I remember I came August and I found it really cold, and I really wouldn't want to go outside, and I was wearing layers and everything. So to me, it was a way to kind of make myself at home in this foreign country. So a few years went by and I went to university. That was the first thing that I was hoping for, is to get into that a Filipino community and to find people that can maybe relate to what I was experiencing at that time. Being in ACF really was a life-changing experience for me. First off, it was a door that opened opportunities to meet not just with Filipino people, but with other young adults and youth that are passionate and driven in their spiritual walk with Christ. And that definitely helped me grow as a person as well, and in my personal journey with Jesus, knowing that being isolated and now now being exposed to all different kinds of people has helped me realize that, hey, maybe I'm not so alone after all, and that there may be others out there that may be experiencing the same thing. And so joining ACF York, meeting the members, Gigi, Jessica, Timothy, Hannah, and meeting others that are in ACF as well, and other ACF chapters, has really helped me to connect and have that community, not just in a social aspect, but also my spiritual growth as well. And it's just so amazing to hear and to meet this wonderful people called the ACF. To anyone who may be feeling like they are alone, to you who's watching right now and thinking, no one understands me, that's not true. And it may seem like you are, but know that there are people out there that will think about you, will pray for you, and will be with you in this journey. And all it takes is to step out and to ask God to lead you to those people. And ACF is that place where you just feel like meeting your relatives. You may not know all of their names, but when you meet them, you just feel like family. So I invite you, if you're thinking about it, come and join ACF, come and meet these people, and I'm sure you will feel that you are part of this big family and that you are loved and you are cared for. So, okay, I remember this vividly. I was able to join the winter retreat, ACF winter retreat, and this was 2019, I believe. 2019, yes. And this was my first time joining the retreat, and I was loving it. I met wonderful people like Martika, Victoria, and so this was Saturday, and Saturday night there was the games night, and we were playing this game where you had to line up and sit on the floor, and then put your feet like this in front of the person, and you have a number, and then they'll call the number, and you have to go and run back and then jump at this, across that line. And so this game was very challenging and a matter of life and death, because you just have to be a good jumper. And I was at the end of the line, and my number was called, and so I ran and everything. And there's this guy beside me who whispered and said, "I'm gonna do a backflip or something." And I totally missed it. I figured it after. But so his number was called, and I was there, and he was very enthusiastic. He was on my team, and I was cheering for him as well. And he did the backflip and landed right on my ankle. And that was the moment where I realized that, am I supposed to be here? Was it worth it? And it really hurt that we had to stop the game, but I didn't want the game to end because I was having fun, okay? So this guy deeply apologized, and until this day, I will never forget his face. But yeah, it was really fun. The whole retreat was memorable, and I really miss the winter retreat. We did it virtually this year, but I'm looking forward to the next one where I get to see that guy again and remind him of the pain that he caused me. So yeah, you know who you are. I can walk now. It's okay.